Okay, so we've got both of you today, obviously, because it's a bit of a transition and a handover, I suppose. But first of all, we'll go to you, David. Just in terms of today's game, a nice way to sign off for you?
Yeah, it wasn't what I expected. I fully expected us to come here, get beat, hit the post, hit the bar, have a bad refereeing decision. That would have just kind of summed up my reign pretty nicely. But I thought we were poor for the first 27 minutes until they scored, and then we woke up a bit. I thought we had controlled it then and responded well. So yeah, nice way to sign off, and the fans as good as ever. The one consistent thing through the last 5 years.
And I suppose maybe a little bit fitting he didn't get the winner in the end, but Sean getting the goal sort of sums up your tenure in terms of you've brought players through from the counties who've come and developed and gone on, and Sean sort of epitomises that sort of player that you've brought in.
Yeah, players who are hungry, players who want to develop, players who listen, players who can be coached, work hard. I think Sean has all of that, and I think we've seen him grow and grow and grow. And for me, he was as good as anyone on the pitch on Monday, and he was man of the match again today. I thought he was superb, and I'm sure he's laid the foundations for a really successful career now.
And how do you feel? Like it's been a big thing leading up to the last game, but now it's done. How does it feel?
I'm pleased. I'm pleased with what I've done. It's been like a slightly strange week this week. Kind of Staley Bridge was kind of the crescendo, the really big game, and we just had to make sure we did, we focused enough to make sure we turned up and gave the fans the right send off today. Who followed us in numbers. So I'm pleased to get the win. Thank the players in there. I'm happy to sign off with a win, and kind of in a way glad it's done, because it's felt quite protracted and quite drawn out over the last few weeks, and it's nice to finally get there and be able to say that's me, that's my time done, and pass the baton. And I know Alex has been busy behind the scenes getting things ready for next season, but he can now properly throw himself into it and take up the mantle.
And you said about obviously handing the baton over. We spoke, and it's not on video, but obviously last week you spoke in the bar about handing over to Alex and how he's the right person for the job. Yeah. Just a few thoughts on that.
So I was asked by the board. You asked me, Steve asked me, Matthews asked me my recommendation. My recommendation was always Alex. He's been nothing but superb since he came to the club. He's an excellent coach. He's a really good man manager. I think people don't realise how good he is in building relationships with people, with players. And he's grown, and you've seen him grow over the last 5 years, and he was ready probably 18 months ago to take the reins. For me, it was a no-brainer. If I look around the Northwest Counties, if I look around that NPL, and I look at managers, I don't see anybody who's more ready or more capable than Alex to take Mosley forward, and I'm confident he'll take it to the next level. Absolutely no doubt that he's the right man, and absolutely convinced that the club will kick on under his stewardship.
No pressure. A nice little moment at the end of the game. Obviously, fans are singing through the game David Fisher's Black and White Army, full time singing Alex Craddock's Black and White Army. That must be nice for you.
Yeah, it
nice
was.
Feeling.
I won't repeat what I shouted on to you, but yeah, no, it's a nice feeling. I think, to be fair, the fact how the numbers we've travelled in today, I don't know what the gate's been today, but we must be 75% of that gate. I imagine the coach home's going to be fun for the next hour and a half or so. But yeah, it's a nice feeling. It's probably start of a new era, I suppose.
And a nice way to mark your birthday, officially becoming the Mosley manager today.
Yeah, no, not lads wish me happy birthday. I had to remind them, like, but yeah.
And I guess one for both of you. Obviously, David, you're leaving today. It's a poignant moment for you and for the team and the club, but we also lose Chloe and Ollie today. Chloe gets a lot of mention, but Ollie's probably goes a lot behind the scenes as well.
People see a lot of Chloe running on the pitch, looking after players. I mean, she's been with us 3.5 years. She's been here a long time, and she's been absolutely brilliant through that time. She's really looked after the players well. She's an important part of management. I mean, she's the angel of doom sometimes. When she comes into the office after a training session on a Thursday or after a game, you're like, oh, what now? What is it now? But she always put the players' best interest first. I think she's increasingly learned over the years around how football sometimes there's a balance to strike, but she's earned that right to go and work, test herself a little bit higher at Blackburn, and wish her luck. But Ollie's an unsung hero. The quality of the reports that Ollie does, that he goes out and watches a game, and by 10 o'clock on a Saturday evening you've got a 12-page report on the opposition with analysis of every player, analysis of formations, former lineups, set pieces, and all that stuff. Nobody notices that. Yeah. But he's been absolutely superb, and and to be honest, we've sent him to we sent him to the next opposition, and the way the NPL do the fixtures means that he's had the worst run of he must have been Hanley's, basically should have got a season ticket at Hanley. He's been here that often.
Said he were here 7 times last year.
This year it was City of Liverpool, so he's been to that soulless bowl however many times, and he just does it. And this season he's stepped in, he's done activations in training and picked up sessions, and he's quality. And he finishes university, he's going to move back to the East Coast, and I'm absolutely confident he'll get himself a gig over there, and he'll do really well because he's diligent, hard-working, gets his stuff, and wish him all the best.
And as good as both of them are at their jobs, they're just good, nice people at the same time as well. Yeah,
it was the policy that we have. We want good people around the club, and if you're not the right person, it's certainly the policy to me. If you're not the right person, then you move on, and I know Alex subscribes to that. And we've seen people come and go, and some of people have gone because they didn't fit that, but they were great. They just, anything you asked, they just do. They go above and beyond. Superb people.
Probably seeing Chloe's family get involved with the club as well, and seeing how present her parents and grandparents are at games and stuff like that, just sums everything up. And I think I wish them nothing but the best. I think both of them, Chloe's grown over the past 3 years and coming straight out of uni and sort of doing a masters and been superb like she is, and similar with Ollie. Ollie's finishing uni now, and both will be a massive miss, but I know Ollie will be a huge miss. I think this season he's had, he's turned to training every night, every Thursday without fail, and wanted to deliver stuff, ask questions. He's come and got involved, and like you said, they're both superb people, and wish them nothing but the best.
And hard work starts in earnest. You've lost a physio, you've lost a scout, and you've got to try and maintain or improve on the squad that you've got now. How do you feel about going into the summer, and what's your focus next?
Focus will be talking on the current group of players, having conversations that need to be had with certain players, asking what their future is, what they want, what we want. The new management team will be sitting down next week discussing sort of how we shape everything over the next sort of 6-7 weeks into pre-season, we've appointed a physio already, working to try and get a scout in, trying to start on the front foot. Got a target list from a recruitment perspective. I think we know what we need, and the hard work starts now. And I sort of mentioned before about being ready for an opportunity when you get it, and I think we are ready for the opportunity, and we sort of know what we need to find, and I've no doubt we'll sort of bring some lads in and hopefully kick us off.
You couldn't ask for a harder job. Not just that, but the league just gets tougher and tougher every year, and it's going to get tougher with the teams coming up next year. First and second place will be difficult, and the teams dropping down. So, how do you get ready for what's lying ahead for next year?
I think one thing this league's taught is that there's no walkovers, and Hanley proved that on August bank holiday on the Saturday when they beat us, and they rolled us, to be honest, and they proved it today in the first 27 minutes that we just couldn't get going, and they stopped that. And I think next season will be exactly the same. We just need to be more consistent. We've not been consistent enough. I think whether that's from performance perspective, from messages that we send, consistency is key to it, and paying respect to as many teams, every team really. You'll have some giants next year. There'll be Bury coming up. I don't know how the playoff results and counters have gone. And
Lower Breck Padiham.
Is that in the final?
Final, yeah.
There you go. And I don't think either of them places are easy to go to, are they? So. Yeah, but at the same time, Mosley's not easy to come to, and I think we had a really good home record up till Christmas, and then we'd let that slide. And people don't like coming to Mosley, and we need to be well aware of that. It's probably my sixth season in this league now. Just got to keep going and take each game as it comes.
And we'll give the last word to you, David. Signing off in good style, but you seem a less emotional character today than you did on Saturday. Last words for the fans today.
Big thank you to the fans, not just for today. I mean, today was superb. Alex said it, we probably had 75% of the attendance here. We travelled really well, and they were in good voice, but they have been throughout. I mentioned it, I think it was in the speech or in last week's interview about the fans at 1874 Northwich away singing and dancing in the rain when we were getting absolutely battered. and that epitomises what this club is about. The fans are just behind us 100% of the way. At no point have I ever felt any pressure really from the fans. They've always just been there, supported us through thick and thin, and they're absolutely class. Probably the one thing that I will probably miss more than anything is that support. But I think the final thing, Nathan, just thank you. Not just for what you do here, because you've obviously done hundreds of these interviews over the years, but for everything that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see, that link into the board, that support that we get from you. I just want to thank you for everything you've done for the last 5 years as well.
Thanks, David.
Cheers, Nathan.